Raleigh, DK.
Diontae, Ben said that he pulled you aside at halftime last week and had some words with you there.
Yeah.
What did that mean to you? And can you share any of what he said to you?
It showed that he cares about me. I mean, because some players probably wouldn't even do that. Just to see a player just go off to the side and just kind of, handle stuff their own way that they know how to handle it. But for him to come up to me and just like to give me some motivational speech or whatnot, just to help me get my mind back right or whatnot, it felt good to me, and that got me going. But he was trying to tell me just like keep my head up and ask me if I really wanted to play, and that I like really thought to myself like, yes, I really want to play and help this team win or whatnot. So halftime came, got back warm or whatnot, and just went out there and made plays that I knew I was supposed to make whenever the ball came to me at any time. So I just felt like I was getting back to myself once the ball was coming my way more.
Jim Colony, 93.7.
Yeah, Diontae, how valuable is it? You guys can catch as many balls as you want off a machine or even from other quarterbacks, but how valuable is it to get 2 days in a row in with Ben this week?
Very valuable, just to get the timing down, just to work on those little things that you normally do when you're catching the ball or whatnot, because it builds repetition, and that translates to the game. So I've been trying to go hard each and every snap. Every day this week, trying to go hard, get that repetition, just acting like it's a game, trying to run and score every time I catch it. And I feel like we're gonna be straight this week.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN.
Diontae, when we talked with James Washington, he suggested that maybe some of the problems with drops are because guys are thinking too much about the next move before really securing the ball. When you look at the pattern that you've had recently, is there something that you can point to that has been kind of the consistent problem for you to hold on to the ball?
Part of that has to do a little bit of overthinking, and then a little bit of overthinking about catching the ball too, because once you get them drops, kind of get it in the back of your head, like catch it. That's all you really think about. And when you see the ball coming your way and you think about it in the back of your mind, you just like, you don't want to try to shy away from it. So for me, I kind of I've been dropping the ball or whatnot, but I don't let that define me as a person and as a player. So, because I know what I'm capable of doing, and I've shown that earlier on in the season, all the way up until this point or whatnot. But like I said, I just try to keep a mindset where next play mentality, and when the ball comes my way, try to make a play.
Joe Rutter, Triv.
Yeah, Diontae, at what point did Ben talk to you in the game? Was it at halftime or earlier? And when did you find out you'd be going back in?
It was probably 2 minutes before the half or whatnot. I knew I was going to go back in when Ben came up to me and talked to me or whatnot. So I had to get my mind back right, focus, and get my body right, back warm or whatever, to go back in and perform.
Mike Pizzuta, DVE.
Diontae, it hasn't just been you. It seemed like it's been a group thing with the drops. Have you guys talked much amongst yourselves? And how have the coaches handled it? Have they been understanding, or has it been tough love kind of deal?
I want to say tough love, because that's what we do for a living, catching the ball or whatnot. And for us, it's just been like a lack of focus or whatnot. And we know what we're supposed to do when we catch the ball. Look it in, eye to the tuck, 2 stripes every time you catch the ball. And we try not to think about that too much, because, like you said, you think about it, it's going to show in your play. And we just trying to go forward by just making plays each and every snap and just locking in a little more than what you normally would do. So whether you know it or not, that little moment you lock in like that is real special. So
Brian Backo.
That's pretty much what it's been.
Brian Backo, Post-Gazette.
Yeah, Diontae, I guess, how did you find out that you were going to kind of take some time off at the end of that first half? Is that a conversation that Coach Tomlin has with you, Coach Randy, and what's kind of going through your head when you know you're going to be on the bench for a little?
I really didn't have a clue or whatnot. When I dropped the first one, I just thought okay, I got to make a play. I try to do something. That's what was going through my head or whatnot. So I think when I dropped the second ball, I had it, and as I went to tuck it, it slipped out my hands and dropped. So after that, he pulled me, and I was a little upset. I mean, there's nothing I could do. And at the end of the day, I got to catch the ball. That's plain and simple. And I came back in and didn't let it get to me. So
Last question, Mike Pursuta, DVE, a follow-up.
I was curious, Diontae, the first third down in Buffalo looked like Ben was signaling to you right after the play was over. Was there a miscommunication there? Do you remember what happened on that?
I think it was one of the plays where he wanted me to come in more or whatnot, and the defender was kind of like on my hip, and I didn't try to make a play for it because of the way the ball was thrown to me. But it wasn't no miscommunication. Just got to run a better route.
Start with Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Tyson. Do you think the extra day of, between games this week will help you guys? And do you think maybe the last week or two, the defense was getting worn down a little bit?
I think so. Anytime you have an extra day to prepare, get your body right, I think it always helps. So, hopefully that'll be beneficial for us in this game, and we can get that job done.
Dale Lally.
Tyson, after the last two games, is this week more about you guys getting right than any opponent? I know Mike always likes to talk about your opponent being, nameless gray faces. Is that really true this week because you guys need to get back to being or doing the things that you guys did well?
Yeah, we definitely got to get back right, but I think it's always been about us, how we play, us executing the game plan. So just got to get back to playing Steeler football.
Burt Pryor.
Hey, Tyson, coming off back-to-back losses, what's the team's mindset right now? I mean, do you guys feel like you're trending in the right direction? Do you even worry about what direction you feel like you're trending at this point?
Yes, I mean, late in the season, it's always about getting hot at the right time. So, we know our mentality has to be get back to playing where we want to be. So, our mentality doesn't change. We just know we got to find a way and get things done and come out with a win on game day.
Jenna Harner.
Tyson, and kind of along the lines of what Brooke said there, what are the conversations like in the locker room this week? Are they any different than normal? Are they more detail oriented? Is there anything that's different in that sense?
I don't think there's anything different. I think we've always been a group that try to be on our details, try and take care of the little things before, they become bigger issues. So it's just toning in and getting those details fixed so that, we're able to get it done on, Sunday, Monday, whenever we play.
All right, we'll go back to Joe Rudder.
Yeah, you mentioned before getting back to Steeler football. What does that mean to you, or what has that meant to you since your time here? And did anybody have to kind of instill that into you?
I think anytime you think about Steeler football, it's always been hard-nosed, physical football. So just coming back on game days and being ready to play, play better. I think overall as a team, I think we could always do a better job at, executing the game plan, whether it's offensively, defensively, or on special teams. So we just need to play better collectively to give ourselves a chance to win.
Jenna?
I asked TJ this yesterday because there's been a couple games this season where you guys didn't entirely know the quarterback you were going to be facing until kind of late in the week. How much of a challenge does that pose? He kind of talked about, you have to look at things schematically versus, what exactly that quarterback is going to do. But how tough really is that for you guys? Obviously, I know you come in with a game plan, but how big of a challenge is it?
I think it's a good challenge for us. I mean, not knowing who you're going to face, because that changes kind of the whole game plan that, you might be going in with, like from an offensive standpoint, what they want to do if it's a young quarterback. So it does changes things, but like TJ said, it's like schematically what we have to look at, how they're going to attack our defense with a certain quarterback. So we just have to be ready for whoever it is.
Start with Brian Batco, Post-Gazette.
Hey, Marcus, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm good.
Good. How much do you guys miss Vince's energy when he's not out there? This could be the second game. You don't have him. Obviously, not having him on the field hurts, but just how much do you miss kind of having his personality around?
Oh, we miss it a lot. He's the alpha dog in the room. He leads us. He's always on point with everything. Has a lot of energy on and off the field. So just not having that guy in the building and in our practice field, it makes us a little down. But we miss him. We definitely miss him.
Mike Prizzuto, DVE.
Marcus, how did it go the other night? The three of you guys with Avery and Ulysses kind of filling that inside linebacker positions. And do you expect it'll be you three again Monday night? Or do you think Vince comes back?
I think it's going to be us three again. The game went good as far as my play. I definitely had fun out there for my first time being an inside linebacker. It was a great experience, but we didn't get the W, and that's the biggest thing. So coming into this week, we just got to do better on all three phases of the game.
Joe Rudder, Trib.
Yeah, Marcus, what did you learn out there that you can take into this second start if you're making it on Monday night?
I just learned that it's a fast game. Being out there with all the starters, you just got to be on point with everything. Communication, physicality, speed of the game, everything. So that's probably like the first thing I learned, being out there with those guys, that everything's just a little faster.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN.
Yeah, Marcus, I know Mike Tomlin has a ton of sayings, his Tomlinisms, and that's how he both communicates with us and with you guys. What are some of your favorite of his sayings that have really, helped you through this year, helped the team through a year like this?
Saying this year, I like a lot of his sayings, but the one saying that he says to me before that stuck with me is always just don't be patient, just work while you wait. And that's like the biggest thing that always stuck with me.
Jim Colony, 93.7.
Yeah, Marcus, you kind of talked about what you would learn, but what do you guys need to clean up specifically that hurt you guys in the third and fourth quarters?
That's just something that the coaches will probably answer. Like we just going in there every game, play our best.
Follow-up for Brian Batko, Post-Gazette.
Yeah, Marcus, it's been almost a month now since you guys got a road win because you played at home and lost at Buffalo. How hungry are you guys to kind of, go on the road, get another win in that environment, and then kind of, I know you like to have some fun in the locker room after you guys win on the road. So how hungry are you guys to kind of get the song blaring again and get on that horse?
We're definitely hungry. Every day we go out there and practice our butt off. This week's practices have been really good, very detailed, a little bit more physical, and just a lot of energy within all the practices. So coming into this game, it's primetime football Monday. Everybody's gonna be hype again, and just we want to get back on our winning streak.
All right, and last question, Brooke Pryor, ESPN, follow-up.
Yeah, Marcus, I wanted to follow up on that saying you said work while you wait. Is that something that he was telling you in training camp or maybe when you were behind some guys in the depth chart at inside linebacker? And what were those situations and how much did it help you?
It was when I was on practice squad last year. And, he just would always try to encourage those guys, And he said those words to me and like, I ain't really know exactly what he meant. I knew that, yeah, I'm not going to be patient, but you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to just keep working, but I didn't know when it was going to happen. And he probably didn't know when it was going to happen either. But that's the beauty of it, just keep working. Because once your opportunity do come, then you'll be 100% ready for it.